The Red Dirt D&D podcast is brought to you by Pro Laser Cuts. The Oklahoma company provides pre-made and customizable design laser cut dice towers, tokens, and more, developed by a gamer for gamers, and now available to enhance your tabletop game. Pro Laser Cuts products can be found at many Oklahoma City area game stores, local events, and now available online at prolasercuts.com. That's laser and cuts with a Z, Pro Laser Cuts. And by SD Way Gaming, where dice goblins unite. Our friends at SD Way Gaming celebrate the beautiful dice players handpick for their games and splendor. SD Way Gaming has expanded to include many tabletop gaming varieties, accessories, and similar fun necessities to include a service for your dice addiction. You can shop for a variety of products at sdwaygaming.com or find SD Way Gaming on Facebook. Welcome to Red Dirt D&D. I'm Michael Cross, and I play Blackjack, a jackalope folk warlock of sneaky Coyote.
I'm Johnny Payne, and I play Twitch Grimfoot, a rat folk necromancer.
I'm Brooke Bullock, and I play Ziansi, a spiderkin rogue.
I'm Connor Shenold. I play Jaska, the Yote Ranger.
I'm Ash King, and I am Sintra, Knoll Paladin of the Bone Mother.
I'm Kiri Hester, and I play Billy, a possum fighter, and I'm also your DM this time. Welcome to Tales from the Ironwoods.
But I don't have a tail.
Well, gang, you're in an ice cave, and you're trapped inside with the Snow Queen, Ophelia, bound hand and foot, and one remaining Ice Mephit. Ziansi has just killed this Ice Mephit's brothers and is seeking retribution. First, we're gonna see if this Ice Mephit can recharge his breath weapon. He cannot. He's gonna just try to attack you with his claws, but he rolled bad. Poor guy. 12.
Oh, that's a miss.
So he slashes out at you with his cold, icy fingers, and you're able to lunge back and just avoid them while staying stuck to the wall. And then it is Blackjack's turn.
Blackjack is in a little bit of a sticky wicket. I'm still frozen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still going to take damage if I don't get out of this thing. So I've got to try to get out of this thing.
It is a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. Ooh, 1.
Oh, goodness.
Not gonna do it.
Not
So
shake
you're.
this.
Oh no! I rolled max damage again. It's another 12 cold damage.
Blackjack is down.
You see Blackjack rubbing his arm, trying to get the heat back into it, the blood to start circulating. His fingers have turned a weird color of blue or purple. His eyes glaze over. He's not really here in the moment, and he falls to the icy floor.
Ziansi!
It is Jaska's turn.
Okay. Once again, I will take a shot at the Ice Queen. Gonna not do sharpshooter this time.
Okay.
That's a 28 to hit.
Oh, man.
So she is going to take 9 points of piercing damage, and Raspberry this time will come in and take a swipe at her. 4 additional piercing damage.
She is looking rough.
And then that's all I can do.
Billy!
The Ice Queen's still up, right?
Yes, she is.
Stab. Uh-oh. That's an 11.
I missed. Anything else? Okay.
That's it.
The Snow Queen's turn. She is going to do another magic missile. Billy's been hitting her for a lot, so she's actually going to send 2 to Billy and 1 to Sintra. So Billy's only going to take 3. Sintra only got 2. And then she is also going to look between the two of you, Billy and Sintra. Sintra and Billy. We'll say Sintra odds, Billy evens. That's a 2, so she's going to reach her hand out to little Billy. And she's going to grab him by the scruff of the neck and do a contested strength for her icy grip. Now that Blackjack is down.
Is it saving throw or just strength?
Contested strength attack. So just strength.
So strength, okay. 13.
16.
Oh,
I hate that for me. So you won't take any damage yet. You can use your action next time to do a strength saving throw to throw it. But for right now, Billy is overcome with this like bone deep cold, and he just says, "Mama, don't leave me. I am here." As he seems to have some kind of orphan-related trauma. His little toes start to turn a little bit blue because he has no shoes. That is her turn. We are back to Twitch. She's not looking good, Twitch. This could be your moment.
Let's kill her then. Well, I have another magic missile. Here we go. 4 points of damage. Plus 9. 13 total.
Twitch comes out from behind Cintra's calf and reaches a hand out, and this purplish magic goes straight at her full force and hits her 1, 2, 3 in the clavicle right here above her heart, and she's thrown back against the ice wall that you've been standing in front of that was the doorway. Her head goes back and kind of cracks against that ice wall, and she slides down the wall into a sitting position and then dissolves into snow. And the ice door opens, and the remaining Mephit will disengage and flee.
I hate snow. I'll start walking to Ophelia.
I'm going to go up to Blackjack and try and stabilize him. Mm-hmm. It's a 14 medicine.
So Blackjack is stable. He is no longer dying. Billy, I need a strength saving throw because although she is dead, you are still cold to your bones.
That's a 5.
It's a fail.
But I'm going to bonus action really quickly, second wind. Oh, that's a minimum on that too. 4 points of healing back to me.
Congratulations. You are going to take 7 more. Does anybody want to bring Blackjack up before I make Billy roll another strength saving?
Yes, I will go over there and give 5 points.
And by this time, Zianti has dashed down along the wall and then dropped down next to Blackjack.
After I stabilize Blackjack, I'll go and help Ophelia get out of her bonds.
She is conscious, but seems to be, for lack of a better term, kind of catatonic. She's traumatized. It's been a day.
Right.
Billy, you want to try again?
Yes.
You're so strong. It is not a super high DC. Mudman is going to encourage you and help you and chatter in Mudman.
That's better. That is a 22.
Okay, so Billy, his eyes, he is in his trauma place, being left behind by his family, and then Mudman comes over and slaps a warm mud hand on the side of his face. Mudman, no, so dirty. And Billy is fine. He is no longer gripped by this cold. Ophelia, her hands and feet are definitely blue at this point. Her lips are blue and her teeth is chattering. She looks around at you, Jaska, and says, I would really much like to go home now, please.
Oh, I know, honey. We just had to take care of some things, but we can get you out of here. Did the ice wall drop when the queen?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
The ice wall dropped when the queen dropped.
It's gonna be cold for a little bit longer, but we'll get you home. I know Leighton will be very pleased to see you.
And then can I get you to do a medicine check on her?
That's a 4.
So, in your brain, it makes sense that she's cold because you're cold. But she is barefoot.
What does Twitch notice? You're there, right?
I thought it was, yeah.
Do you want to do something for Ophelia?
Yeah.
I also, from you, accept an Arcana.
17.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
You need to get her warm. ASAP. She cannot walk right now.
Because she's the summer fairy.
She is a autumn fairy.
Oh, she's autumn fairy? I thought
she is a sunflower fairy, so she exists in that time, but at the end of summer and the beginning of autumn when sunflowers are really
It's
at
still
their
warm.
best. But warm, yeah. She needs to get out of here, and she can't walk because she's barefoot, and it's very cold. So someone's going to have to carry her.
I'm going to go over to Billy, check on him, and offer him, the shoulder.
Yes, please.
Send him over there on the shoulder, and again, big Noel, strong. Go over to Ophelia and just, you cool if I pick you up?
She blushes a little. Yes, that would be nice. No shoes on, so you can see.
I will scoop her up into a cradle carry.
And absolutely passes out.
Dead weight.
Billy says, Sintra, it's okay. And then he will jump off and he will go over to Jaska and put his hands in the air and say, Jaska, a piece.
well, I don't really have anything for you to grip on, but okay. And she'll help pick him up to put him on her
And
shoulder.
he just kind of holds on to the edge of your collar of your shirt. Not as tall, but okay. Excellent mount. Does Yancey see anything?
No, he's just concerned about Blackjack. Waiting for Blackjack to...
Yes, I'm fine now, and I just need to get out of here. Twitch, are you doing all right?
As always, Twitch is like untouched. Yeah.
I'm not used to this kind of damage, so yes,
Walk it off.
ready to get out of here. Maybe return to our regular size.
That'd be great.
We might notice that Ziansi has, like, lots of frostburn kind of looking things
He does look a
all
little
over
freezer
his
burned.
chest. I can see.
So as you make your way out of the snow-covered region of the valley, the sun shines a little brighter and a little warmer, and Ophelia's cheeks regain their color, but they don't awake. As you approach the castle, Leighton rushes out to greet you, a handful of servants trailing behind them. They take Ophelia into their arms and kiss their golden head. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They whisper, tears welling in their eyes. They hesitantly put Ophelia onto a stretcher made of leaves that these servants have brought out, and they carry Ophelia inside, and Leighton looks a little like he wants to go with her, but knows that I must do my duty. I have promised them information.
Business first.
I will just lay my hand on his shoulder, kind of give him a nod and just say, it's all right, she's going to be okay.
And Your Grace, we've got a little bit of a problem because the Snow Queen actually went down. We had thought about maybe trying to not kill her, but...
She left us no choice.
She dissolved in a cloud of snow, right?
Yes.
Yes. If you tried to kill me, I would dissolve into a cloud of leaves, but she'll be back tomorrow.
Oh, it's not
well.
a... Joe, it won't take. All
You
right.
mean she's...
So that's even more of a reason for us to get out of here.
Right, so we have earned the enmity of the Snow Queen. is what you're
But
saying.
you've gained, for me, a wonderful 24-hour period without her interference. You know, I wonder what Jasper's doing right about now. And you can see the diplomatic kind of cogs turning in his brain. Maybe he can get in with some other high-ranking snow officials while the Snow Queen is out of the way.
Ziansi whispers to Blackjack.
Which one was Jasper?
We never met Jasper.
Oh, okay.
Jasper is the Snow Queen's consort.
Right, and also, I mean, we have proof. And Ophelia can testify that she tried to.
Of course.
So...
I think that we'll have no problem getting Spring back their territory and getting the Snowfrost family in their place at least for a couple of decades before they try another power grab like this again.
well, we're certainly glad we could help. And, of course, you had looked at some information.
Yes. He actually will turn to Twitch, and he said, I did some asking around, and I found some information that you might find interesting. I was talking to a skulk of foxes who were petitioning my parents for something, and they have heard of the mansion that you mentioned. The rumor is that an Eladrin from the Feywild lives in that mansion, their name lost to time. Unfortunately, that's all the foxes knew, and I haven't been that far away from the valley since autumn began, so I couldn't go investigate the mansion myself. And then we couldn't find the key or the nut that you mentioned. They looked really hard, I promise.
Is the Eladrin still occupying the mansion?
As far as we know, the information is sketchy at best, and then it came from a fox.
Well, we had a cat say that she was locked up in there to fight that whatever. That's what Pumpkin told us.
But no sight of the key. And also no sight of the... And he reaches into his pouch and pulls out a notebook and starts flipping through pages. So no key that fits this hole.
No, I'm sorry.
Wow, and also, by the way, no acorn that's been split open either that coincidentally happens to also line up to the keyhole?
Not
That.
any that match the exact description you described. Of course, there's a number of nuts that fall this time of year. But we can keep looking.
Well, we've come this far. It's out here somewhere.
But I digress. I imagine you all would like to be large again.
Yes, please.
Obviously, we must leave the valley first.
All right, come on, you lot. Let's get out of this valley. The sooner we get back to normal size, the happier I'll be.
So Leighton leads you back through the summer region and back to the top of the hill overlooking the valley. And he says, thank you for saving Ophelia and for helping me and the fairies. With the Snow Queen gone, the seasons can kind of revert back to their original territories. Look, and they point to the east side of the castle where spring had been reduced to a sliver, and sure enough, the snow seemed to be melting, uncovering some new freshly blooming flowers. It may seem like a small thing, but even the smallest things can have the biggest impact. Here, and they hold out a small golden whistle to Jaska. As long as I am in these woods, I will hear this whistle. If you call for me, if you ever need my help, I am in your debt. And he also will reach onto his back and hand you a bow.
Oh, why, thank you. And she'll take it from him.
It is the bow of the Autumn Fairy. Leighton takes wing and flies overhead, golden fairy dust falling from their wings. And then the tall grasses that tower over you shrink, and you return to your natural size again. Leighton lands lightly on Jaska's shoulder and gives you a small kiss before flying away in the direction of the valley. As you watch Leighton fly away back towards the valley, you look, and sure enough, you can't see anything in that valley. It seems to be something you can't see unless it wants to be seen. And Jaska, if you want to give me a survival, you can kind of get your bearings.
Okay. That's a 14.
So you know that you guys were traveling northwest, so you imagine if you wanted to go back to where your campsite was, you would have to go southeast. So you head in that general direction, and you eventually find yourself in the clearing that you camped in the night before. And in some ways, it feels like it's been a week since you woke up and found Leighton frozen in an ice cube. And in some ways, you also realize that the Valley of the Fairies is less than 100 yards from where you're standing right now. You start to really think about what Leighton said, and that the smallest things can have the biggest impact, and it really kind of hits home that you, at any point in time, you could be surrounded by a bug village or a group of casino-having frogs.
Oh, we never untied Fad. Uh-oh.
Do it now.
Well, that's okay. I'm sure he'll untie himself in the next 7 to 10 business days.
It's okay though, because he wasn't really tied up. If you remember, I just wrapped a rope around him and said it was magical, and
anybody could actually
hurt him if he tried to escape.
The only chains that are around Thad are the chains he created himself.
No, Mudman and I, we tie him with ropes.
Well,
you say tie him
we
up.
can actually tie him with ropes, but someone can untie him. It's not a magical to tie.
You mean that was a bluff?
Magic rope go on top of my rope.
Right.
Yes.
So it does actually kind of make you think that as we're walking around, we're walking on top of other bugs that are alive.
Sintra, how do we not know that we small and someone bigger is in we are the bugs?
Oh yeah,
Billy?
that's the rub.
Billy, I have had enough existentialism for one day.
Mudman, we spar! And Billy leaps and tries to attack Mudman, take it by surprise, and they tumble and fight each other.
If you stand in a mud puddle and spar him, you can just kill him over and over.
They're like 9-year-old
This is still
boys.
the
They're
original
off of
Mudman.
I'm going to start a campfire.
That's a good idea.
And as you guys set your packs down and everything, Twitch, you open your pack and you see the tiny acorn bowls have become regular-sized acorn bowls. They grew with you.
Should hold everything. Yeah.
And Blackjack, you see that the tiny drink bottles grew. They're still a single serving, but they're not tinny-winny. And as you make your campfire and you get settled in for the night, if you sit just so still, you can almost hear the twang of a banjo coming from the southwest, as if someone had picked up Murbib's fallen banjo. Maybe one of his remaining brothers. And the sun moves behind the trees, and it's just starting. You're thinking about bedding down for the night. I need a perception check.
23.
21.
15.
21.
Cintra is apparently, like, as soon as her head hit the ground, she's out, because I got a 4.
Yeah, for Billy. How did Billy do?
19.
Okay, so everybody except Cintra sees walking out of the darkness a little cat-like creature with something clasped in his mouth.
Oh, Pumpkin, is that you?
Is that Pumpkin?
Yes, it's
That's
me.
my favorite cat. Oh, thank goodness.
I think I'm the only cat you know, actually.
I know, actually, over in the Feywild, I know plenty of cats.
Yeah.
They're all annoying, but you are my absolutely favorite.
You're the only talking cat that I know. Yes, but I
Do
know other
tabaxi
cats.
count as cats? They're
No,
different,
not
right?
tabaxi.
Okay. Hi, Pumpkin.
So what are you doing here, Pumpkin? Oh, gifts. Wow.
These are from the goblins. Yeah, I guess you left without them or something. I don't know.
Well, we were gonna go still see them, but then we got small. We went on a little adventure.
Like my size, or
Smaller.
Even smaller. Like Sintra here was 7 inches tall.
oh, that must have been real bad.
That was really amazing. Did you know that there's little bugs all over? They've all got their little lives and they play banjos, apparently.
You know, Blackjack, I totally know what you're saying because we were there, but now when I hear it coming out of your mouth, it sounds like you've been drinking again.
I know. Sounds like all the little fantastical stories I used to make up for no reason whatsoever.
I don't think anyone's going to believe us.
No one's gonna believe us. But you believe us, don't you, Pumpkin?
Sure.
Oh, show them the acorn balls.
Yeah! Oh, proof!
Look at it yourself.
Are those your handiwork?
This is
or?
authentic acorn.
Oh.
But it's large now because we got large. Because we were small when we got it. That's our proof right there.
It just looks like a bowl.
All right
Oh.
then.
Well, it's been quite an interesting couple of days without you, Pumpkin. What gifts did the goblins bring?
So he sets the basket down by the fire, and it's a very cute basket, kind of woven from reeds. And in is a little note from Fig, and it just says, "Thanks for all your help, heart, Fig." And then at the bottom, also Max. And inside the basket is a whistle made from golden colored wood. It's not gonna call Mags to you, maybe. It doesn't say that on the note. It's just a regular whistle, maybe. There's some sealing wax. There is a music box. There is a potion of healing, an empty vial,
I'll take that.
and manacles.
I had one of these as a child, but it was broken and never worked.
Which one?
The music box.
Twitch, I don't know if it's anything you can do, and maybe this is a little bit presumptuous, but do you think any of these things are magical? Could you, do a detection on that?
I will spread my fingers out and lay my hand palm down towards the items. Take a deep breath through my nostrils and throw my head back and look up into the sky and roll a comma. And nat 20 for 26.
Okay. You sense that the music box has magic in it, but you aren't sure what it does. And Billy finishes up sparring with Mudman. He goes to report to Sintra the progress they've made, and Sintra dead asleep. The rest of you work out who's going to take shifts and all of those good things, and you go to sleep.
Greetings and salutations, my friends. I'm Michael Cross. So great to have a moment to talk with you during this mid-show break. First off, I want to invite you all to join us as Patreon members. The money we raise helps us pay for things like the music and sound effects you hear on the show, as well as money to go to events and make new fans. When you become a Patreon member, you get our episodes 4 days early, bonus content, access to our Discord server, and full versions of our roundtable discussions. You'll be joining other fans like Scott Wise, Don Mills, Heath Mormon, and the Lady Kate. So join us right now at patreon.com/reddirtdnd. Another way to support us is by getting your very own Red Dirt merchandise. You can find things like hats, hoodies, mugs, and t-shirts. Just click on the merch tab at reddirtdnd.com or reddirtrpg.com. Since 2020, the Red Dirt D&D podcast has been close to another Oklahoma actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast, D20 to Curtain. And me personally, I've had a chance to work on stage with some of the actors on the show. So when you get done with this episode, you should check them out.
Hello, fellow D&Ders. My name is Jerome.
I'm Jennifer. I'm Jody.
And together with our friends Kara, Timothy, and Jared, we are the cast of the D20 to Curtain podcast, where Oklahoma theater geeks and their friends hit record and explore our new addiction to Dungeons & Dragons.
We think D&D is more than just a game. It helps us tap into the enduring power of storytelling.
We combine live gameplay with behind-the-curtain episodes to share our experiences, insights, habits, discoveries, and passion for D&D with anyone who will listen.
We hope D20 to Curtain will make you laugh, cry, maybe even make your experience at your table even more satisfying. Check us out anywhere you listen to podcasts or visit us at d20tocurtain.com or at D20 to Curtain on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
We look forward to having you. All we ask is that you have fun, be kind, and play the role.
If you're looking for more content, make sure to check out our YouTube page with Mysteries of Beatrix live every Wednesday. Keys from the Golden Vault from the Red Dirt Outlaws dropping every Tuesday at noon, and Plausible Deniability every other Thursday at 7 p.m. So come check it out at youtube.com/@RedDirtRPG or search for Red Dirt RPG on YouTube. And we would love to hear from you. Find us on social media at Red Dirt RPG. You can also get in touch with us through our website at reddirtrpg.com. In the meantime, make sure and subscribe to this podcast and leave a comment on your favorite podcatcher so others can find us. All right, I think that's everything I need to tell you. Right now, let's head back to Red Dirt D&D. The sounds of a lively town wake you from your sleep, along with the smell of burning pipe tobacco. As you open your eyes, you find yourself in an office room. Twitch and Ziansi, you recognize it as a place found in Venturis, with the sounds of the capital city coming from an open window. Before you, a middle-aged human man sits at a large desk and puffs on a pipe. "Ah, you've finally come around, I see," he says. "Maybe now we can talk. I'm sorry we had to bind you to your chairs, but after our last incident, we had to take precautions. As you look down at yourselves, two things nearly take your breath away. The first, you are indeed bound to chairs. The second, you are looking down on human bodies." No! Twitch and Ziansi, the two of you give me a history check.
How about Dirty 20?
You know it well. This place is called the Madhouse or Bedlam. It is, in fact, the Venturis Sanatorium. Now, do you know why you are here or where you are?
I have not the slightest clue, but whatever dark enchantment that you have cast over us, dispel it now!
You sound like the general. Well, I don't sound like... What's going on, Ziansi?
I don't know. I don't know. Why does my voice sound like that?
I think we could all calm down and just wait for an explanation. It's not that bad to be in a humanoid form, if I assume y'all are my original party companions.
Sandra, I am scared!
I recognize these walls. It's not just that we're in humanoid form. I know where we are. What do you want?
You all were brought here only about a week or two ago, and you've been screaming and yelling about being in this other place in Ratoya, and you've acted like other creatures. So we had to tie you to your chairs when you tried to attack everybody.
Oh, I'm struggling.
Citra, there's no
ferociously.
Citra, there's no reason to try to struggle. You are in a safe place. I promise nothing is going to harm you.
Are my hands free, but I'm bound by the arms? Can I do this?
Yeah.
I'm casting magic missile.
No, you're not.
What happens when I try? What happens when I try?
Nothing.
When I verbal and somatic, nothing happens?
Nothing happens.
But I actually do. I try.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to cast some kind of spell. This is Venturis. I know that the trauma of you as a child being attacked by rats has made you think that you are some kind of a rat thing, but you are not.
Are our chairs nailed or bolted to the ground?
These are very heavy. These are like iron chairs that you could not possibly get out of.
I'm just thinking, if, as hard as Billy and Cinder, I'm sure, are struggling, if we tip over the chairs.
No.
Okay. Twitch, this is magic. Undo the magic. You do magic.
I can't seem to do magic here. I don't know what he's done to us.
My man! My man, free me!
Oh, no.
No, you don't understand. Why don't you remember who you really are?
Kind sir.
Yes.
What is your name?
My name. You know my name.
Well, could you tell me it again?
I know. It's like every time you slip into these weird, fantastical worlds, you just don't remember. I am Dr. Alucard, and I have been trying to treat you now for a week. Every now and then you seem to have these moments where you come to your senses and you remember your history. You remember
Jaska, don't you remember that you've been living in Venturas your whole life?
That doesn't sound quite right. But she'll try and think back. Does she have any new memories, or is it still just the memories of what she has?
Still just the memories of what she has right now.
Yeah, no, I distinctly remember living my life out in the Caribbean frontier before we went to the Ironwoods. Are you sure we're the people that you're looking for?
You know, I know who you are. And you always talk about being this, what was it, you called it a Yote creature.
Yes.
And you were looking for your father, Gideon.
Well, he's not my father.
No, your father, Gideon. He worked for the police force. He died when you were just a young little kid.
No, my father's name was Orzo.
I know that's what you think, and I don't understand why you always persist on these delusions.
Well, let's say that you're right. How long have we been here?
Oh, here in the sanatorium?
Yes.
For about a week now.
Okay. How long do people normally stay here?
Well, for as long until they're well. We've got a lot of treatments that we've got to take care of to get you back to where you are members of society. I know that we can make you strong members of society, but you've got to remember who you are. Billy, you've got to remember who you are.
Ziansi, turn into spider! Get us out of here!
Ziansi is not... The only reason Ziansi thinks he is a spider is because of his friend who died when he was a young person, bitten by a spider, poisoned to death. That's what happened to Blackjack. Don't you remember that?
No, Blackjack is... Why does my voice sound like this? Blackjack is If
I count, there's only...
Yeah.
There's no body that would be Blackjack.
And what do the other bodies
You
look
only-
like? Like, what does Billy look like when I look Billy's direction?
Billy and Sintra look very similar, and by similar I don't mean they look exactly the same. They look like they're related. And Billy's a boy, probably about 16, 17 years old. Sintra is a woman, probably in her early 20s, with long brown hair, brown eyes. Jaska is also female with blonde hair, short, with blue eyes. You look down, you seem like kind of a stocky, you're human, but you would almost think dwarven. You seem shorter for a human. And the same thing also with Twitch, but Twitch is more just a skinny young man with brown hair, brown eyes, but you all look very, very normal.
Doctor.
Yes, Twitch.
Let me try to be the calm voice of reason here.
All right. Right, finally, we're getting somewhere.
You've called me Twitch.
Yes.
I will not argue that. What is my last name?
Your last name is Grimfoot.
Stop me when I say something wrong.
All right.
I'm from Venturas.
You are from Venturas.
I live in Venturas.
Yes, you do.
In the walls in between the bakery and the supply shop.
No.
The crawl space.
Why would you live in a crawl space?
Because it's the perfect place for me that I can fit into, and no one will come along and bother me. And I start pulling, struggling with the straps because I honestly don't like people or the living.
Just Twitch, you have to calm. I know that you are bothered still by your childhood traumas.
So I live in Venturas.
You do live in Venturas.
I've done something that has put me in this chair in front of you.
Yes.
What did I do?
You attacked normal people on the streets of Venturas. You were running around saying that they were bugs and the frogs, and you were attacking them. We had to stop you. We had the Venturas force actually bring you in here. Jaska, they were so disappointed. They knew your father. They knew who you were, and they were so disappointed they had to bring you in here. Because they weren't going to arrest you. They knew who you were. But they knew that it was not about something violent. Something is wrong. Each of you affected by your own childhood traumas. Billy, your trauma with your older sister.
I have no sister! I was abandoned!
You were not abandoned. You were loved. You have parents who love you very much.
I only have Sintra!
Sintra is there for you. Sintra loves you as well, but you've got to understand that you two are related, not some...
She is my princess!
A possum and a... What was it? You called it yourself a knoll.
How dare you!
A knoll. A mighty warrior of the town of Shada, of the clan of Redmaw, first daughter.
I know that's what you believe.
Bone mother!
But you gotta realize that's not how it is here.
Well, what would your explanation be for this seeming mass hysteria
I
that
think
we
it
all
is.
have.
Well, okay, so I have deduced that this is again going back to your trauma. Each of you have your own personal trauma, things that you have to work through. And that's what we're here to do. So ask me your questions. Tell me what it is you want.
If we go through this program, we can leave, right?
Of course.
Once we're quote-unquote better.
Once you understand that you are members of society, you are people here in Venturas.
Okay, Billy Possum, no Possum, he is human boy, and he definitely is human and loves his sister Sintra, and will be good boy, and can leave now?
Very good, Billy. I'm very proud of you. What are the names of your parents?
You're Billy Human now, right?
I am Billy Human, no longer Billy Possum, and my parents' names are Billy Senior and Belinda! Sintra is my sister, and I was not abandoned by my parents. They love me very much. I would like to go home and see my parents now.
I know you would, Billy, and I feel for you. I really do. You're the youngest one of this group, and the fact that you were drawn into their mass hysteria.
Yes, Billy is victim. He should get to go. He will not return and try to free his friends.
Billy, I cannot let you go until I know that you are clear of this hysteria that you're going through. I'm sorry, but you are not ready to leave yet. And then Twitch, what was it you had to say?
With a slight tear forming the bottom of his eye. The trauma you speak of, I was bullied as a child, as a young child, as an older child. I have no friends. I never have had any friends, despite my mother's efforts telling me that I should make friends. Has my mother come to visit me since I've been in here, Doctor?
Your mother has come. You do know the trauma that happened to you as a kid. Then you remember that.
I remember being bullied by other kids all the time.
Do you remember what it was that set you on this path to thinking you are some kind of rat folk?
No, Doctor.
Yes. And these are the kind of things that we're going to work on here. You understand? That we're going to help you remember who you were. That you were not these heroes out in, they called it, what did you call it? The Ironwoods.
Well, we ended up in the Ironwoods. That's how we became a party. But, well, what we think. But how would we know each other outside of going to the Ironwoods?
You all knew each other here in Venturas. I don't know what caused this mass hysteria of you. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what got you together. But I do know that you were caught attacking people outside on the streets of Venturas, saying that you were in some kind of Ironwoods, that you were attacking some goblins, and that you were attacking some frogs.
They were evil frogs!
See, Billy, that's what I'm saying.
What did you do with Mudman?
Mudman never existed, Billy. Mudman is a figment of your imagination.
You give me mud, I make Mudman!
There is no Mudman.
I try to speak primordial and say, calm down, Billy. Does everyone hear me start making guttural sounds?
Yeah, you can speak primordial.
I don't react to that at all, though. I just recognize that I realize that I can't cast my magic. I'm in a different body, but I still know what I know.
Twitch Mudman no teach me.
Quiet, Billy.
Well, I think we should go through these treatments.
I don't know if I'm going to say anything. I just think we should all be quiet. Sorry. There wasn't any reason. It was just like,
No, that was
let's
a
give him
really
the silent treatment.
That was a really interesting take, though, on Twitch, thinking he's in charge.
Ziansi, are you ready to start talking about your trauma?
So, Ziansi, I am thinking about Venturas and some things that when Blackjack and I were in Venturas, some things that he might know, that I might know. And so I say aloud, we're, God, have the voice. we're in Venturas.
You are in Venturas.
And Venturas is a city to the east?
Yes, you remember Venturas.
And Venturas has a dwarven clan that runs the rail lines?
Of course.
And my brother died from a spider bite in the orphanage.
No, he was your best friend. He was not your brother.
But I thought he was my brother?
You were close, but he was not your brother. Blackjack died of a spider infection when you were very young.
At the orphanage?
Yes. So, you see, that might have caused
the issue for you to why you think you are a spider person.
Rolling deception. So the deception's only a 12. Then he says next, and I met Twitch on the streets.
I guess you met all of yourselves on the streets. I don't know the details of where you met, because every time I try to talk to you, you say you met somewhere, some of you on the way to the Ironwoods, some of you in the Ironwoods. I don't know exactly. That's what I'm trying to find out from you, to try and help you become stronger members of society. We can do this, but we've got to work together through your treatment to make sure this works. Sintra, you're the oldest of all of them. Don't you remember who you were?
This is some foul and dark enchantment that has been laid down upon this place by the runt Yinogu. I will not bend. I will not break. I have the strength of the Bone Mother within me. You will not win.
I understand. You're the hardest one I've had to reach, and I don't understand why, because you are the oldest of them. You seem to be the leader of this group. You are the smartest of them, the strongest of them. And you are the one who loves your little brother more than anything else. Why have you brought them into this mass delusion of yours?
The only mass delusion is this enchantment that you have placed upon us to make us look different, to make us seem different, to seem like these soft, pink, smooth skins.
You've always been this, Sintra, and until we work through this together, you are going to be in this sanatorium for a very long time.
Red Dirt D&D, Tales from the Ironwoods, is Kiri Hester as Billy and our Dungeon Master for Part 1, Connor Shenold as Jaska, Brooke Bullock as Ziansi, Johnny Payne as Twitch, Ash King as Sintra, and I'm Michael Cross as Blackjack and your Dungeon Master for Part 2. Special thanks to our Silver Star Paladin patron Shenanigans Unplugged. The showrunner for Campaign 2 is Aidan Cross. Our theme music was created by the cinemagician PJ Castillo. Our incidental music comes from Jeffrey McBride. Our sound effects and additional music courtesy of TabletopAudio.com, Sirenscape, and Monument Studios. Dice for the Red Dirt D&D cast provided by SD Way Gaming. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and at reddirtdnd.com. If you enjoy the new campaign of Red Dirt D&D, make sure to subscribe, rate us, and leave a comment. Also, tell your friends about Red Dirt D&D. You can also support the show at patreon.com/reddirtdnd at whatever giving level works best for you. Join us next time as we travel farther into the Ironwoods.
We're gonna see if this Ice Mephit can recharge his breath weapon. He cannot.
Yay!
That's good news for you. So he's just going to go at you.
Goes,
He just kind of has a cold.
It's like that thing on a cold day when you're trying to get your breath to show. You're like.
So Billy's only going to take 3.
I see your favoritism.
Sintra max damage.
Wait for it.
And absolutely passes out.
Dead weight.
Time for the fireman.
Throw over the other shoulder.
As always, Twitch is like untouched. Yeah. I've been down 2 hit points for like 3 sessions. It's come.
Yeah, usually that's me too. But
You've gone down twice.
It's because the last campaign it was like I survived so long with just 2 hit points. Now I've like only ever been down to it.
He looks pretty rough
we
as
actually
well.
probably all look a little rough, except for Twitch.
Actually, surprisingly enough, I'm only down by like 12.
I did not get hit at all.
I was only at 20 hit points by the end of that, actually.
Billy kept critting.
So it's just
made himself
So
the target.
once again, it is Ziansi and Blackjack.
Yes.
I guess the Feywild, y'all just have very bad luck.
They put the wild in Feywild.
I guess that's must be what it is.
I imagine you all would like to be large again.
Yes, please.
Obviously, we must leave the valley first.
Bad idea.
Yeah, let's get really far away from this valley.
Let's go
because
into the castle, then make us large and see what happens.
after what we did to the queen, I mean, you know what they say, the North will remember.
So,
King of the North!
But don't worry, because we have Ophelia and those offset each other, we'll have plausible deniability.
Oh gosh. It's not gonna work!
Thanks, Brooke!
I totally thought that's what you were going to say.
No. I like it.
It is the bow of the Autumn Fairy, which Aiden has put into D&D Beyond.
Yes.
I'll have to see how to.
I was wondering what he was furiously typing over there.
Why do you think we ran into the other room real quick and then ran back out?
I was like, I need a present. The Valley of the Fairies is less than 100 yards from where you're standing right now.
We took 2 steps. We're back at our campsite.
It does actually kind of make you think that as we're walking around, we're walking on top of other bugs that are alive.
But we don't know the bugs are there until this event happens. So we can just act like this event didn't happen at all, and that gives us plausible deniability for any accidental deaths that we've made.
No. No.
I'm looking up the definition of plausible
He's gonna
deniability.
shoehorn
it in. It has
It's the second time.
in less than 10
Brooks
minutes.
was better than yours.
I am sad that we missed the opportunity to leave the royalty and not say something about we didn't
Should I
know.
curtsy or not?
Bow or courtesy.
And manacles.
Hey! Somewhere off in the distance, you hear guys go, yeah!
Manacles.
We got
No,
these
no,
all-
no. The
we
ghost of
traded.
Gideon
The ghost of Gideon.
shakes his fist once again.
I was trying forever to get some of those.
They took up Blackjack's policies about trade, and there was this orc that was coming through, and they.
Of course, I have some manacles.
Take a deep breath through my nostrils and throw my head back and look up into the sky and roll a Arcana.
You got to talk to Connor because Connor made the
You can
items.
have a magic if you want. I don't know.
Oh, nat 20 for 26.
Okay, so here's what we'll do. And Aiden's gonna love this because this is on tape.
Uh-oh.
You sense that the music box has magic in it, but you aren't sure what it does. So now you've got to figure out what magic to
go.
give that
Now
magic box
there's a
Aiden.
Get to it.
I'll
Aiden.
keep studying this one.
I was like, yeah, it could always just be a common magic item that you know. It's
Exactly.
Or we could let it lie until
True.
I run and then we find out what
We'll
it
figure
is.
it out.
Music box of
That's the neat
hypnotic
thing about
pattern.
the switching around. is none of us can plant the seed that the
So
other
you
one
could
picks
always
up.
just make it the
That's
sleep
right.
spell, which is not helpful.
I was just thinking it's just a music box that plays like popular songs in the real world.
I like,
like
I
it
like-
does nothing for us, but
somebody's
somewhere,
iPod.
somewhere in another land, people are like, "Where's that music coming from?"
It only plays Katy Perry.
You open it up, and it's like, won't you find somebody to love?
Twitch and Ziansi, the two of you give me a history check.
This is so awesome. I was going to make a Bobby Ewing steps out of the shower joke.
Computer, wake
Computer,
up.
wake up.
I don't like this.
I really don't like this.
This is very, very cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is
come
really cool, Michael.
on.
It's okay.
This is Poppy's greatest
enjoying
fear,
all of it. It's
and
fine.
thus it is also mine.